So it's time to answer that question. Apple Watch or Whoop Band? We're here to talk about it today. We wear both simultaneously at all times. We have been a Whoop user since the Whoop 4.0. We have the 5.0 that just came out, and this is going to be the MG. We have been an Apple Watch user ever since its inception, since the initial Series 0 came out, and we have a lot of takeaways here. We're going to condense this video, make it as short and sweet as possible, and give you our pros and cons of both. If you're interested in picking up either device, we'll throw those affiliate links up down below. If you get the Whoop, make sure to save that 1 month of free membership by using our affiliate link, and the Apple Watch, if you look to purchase it as that one-time purchase goes, we'll throw those up down below as well. Let's jump right into it. So there are a ton of similarities between both of these devices, and let's start out with the design. They are similar yet different, and what I mean by that is, as you can see, as they come, they're meant to both be worn on your wrist. With the Apple Watch, that's kind of limited to simply just using that. You're meant to use it, interchangeable straps, and can design it as needed, or customize it, I should say, as needed. Whereas with the Whoop, not only can you customize the actual bands themselves, but you can also put these and the actual sensors on garments as you might prefer. Hide it, wear it more discreetly. It is really up to you. You can wear it on different body parts. There's bicep straps, there's undergarments. It's really going to be more of a customizable option. Aside from that too, obviously the big difference is with the Apple Watch, you do get a screen here, and with the Whoop, everything you need will have to be done through an app, which leads us into our next point that we'll talk about here in a second, and that's how they interact with app user interfaces and things like that. But beforehand, I do want to talk about charging. With the latest Whoop 5.0 and MG, you have two charging options, and one really takes a step back from what Whoop always stood by and never wanting you to take this off body. With the Whoop 4.0 and the Whoop 5.0, if you update it, you have this wireless charger that you can simply snap on, and it would charge it while you're wearing it as you walk around the house or do light activities. It does clearly make it a lot more bulkier. It's not bad when it's on your wrist, but in terms of thickness, this could get in the way depending on what you might be doing. Now also with the new 5.0, in order to keep costs down, they introduced a new wired charger. It is a nice braided cable, USB-C on the end, but this means you would have to take it off your wrist in order to charge. Still slides on the exact same way once you line it up, and it will charge as needed, but yes, you will need to take this off body to charge. Aside from that, the Apple Watch actually offers much similar charging, but you will need to take it off, have a power brick or at least the charger around where you will just set it on and be able to charge it that way as needed. Obviously, it's much more limited. You can't charge it on your body. You would have to take it off, but at least with the Whoop, if you want to keep it on at all times and collect all those data points you need, that is going to be the way to go thanks to that wireless charger. And now, aside from that, let's jump into the apps. With the Whoop, we obviously know it has its own app that is very good and very useful. If you search and go into your Whoop app, this is a very data-driven app, and every day when you open the app for the first time, you will see a journal entry that will allow you to collect even more data to know if there's any outliers in your day-to-day routine. But from the dashboard itself, it gives you so much more actionable data, not just in regards to sleep recovery and strain scores, but these are your top metrics here to be able to deep dive into. So if you are huge on sleep performance, which we'll talk about again a little deeper in a few minutes, but you can see all of your sleep efficiencies and see what's going on, get a breakdown, and get more data here as well. If you are looking at deeper sleep and your REM sleep and exactly your deep sleep, it gives you all of that information also. In your health piece, it gives you the new health span metrics for the 5.0 and lets you know your top 5 health monitorings to see if they're in range. This is just so much nicer to see here. You do have ECG reports and the ability to run ECG readings from the Whoop 5.0 with MG, I should say. 5.0 does not have it itself. You would have to get the MG and be on the life plan, which is a significantly higher monthly cost. You're talking about $360 for these features to be able to use blood pressure insights and heart screening. It's kind of out of control, to be quite honest with you. I'm not sure how sustainable of a model that is. If they have enough data to say, hey, look, enough people would utilize that. That's what the life subscription's for, because those are the only differences between the peak subscription and the life subscription. The base one subscription, that is $200 a month, does not give any of those options either. Which brings us to another good point where the Apple Watch is a one-time purchase. You have it, use it as you need, no monthly fees, and you can obviously always use this to sell to get another updated metric, whereas this kind of becomes a paperweight if you're not paying for the subscription. Beyond obviously everything else in the app, you do have a community tab if you want to join a team or create a team and really keep that social competitiveness going. You can do that here as well. Whereas now with the Apple Watch, you have to look into a couple of apps. One of them being health. And you can see, obviously, you have noise notifications. That is something the Apple Watch can do that the Whoop Band cannot. You can see your step counting, you can see your highlights, and you can see it's actually connected to Whoop, so it's connecting and pulling in all of those data points too. Average calories, sharing, etc. But then also you would have to go into the fitness app as well to be able to see more of those simple metrics from that also. This is one of those things, again, it's meant to be more simple. It wants to be clear. You want to be able to see your move goals, your exercise, and how long you've been standing for. This is a good data set. You can track history and all of that in here if you want to see how everything has been for you, but it's just not as much actionable data, I feel, than the Whoop does offer. I do also think that between these two, if you do wear them at night to sleep, they both do have that alarm feature where you can set it, but on the Apple Watch, you can simply just go into the alarm piece and set a time, whereas in the Whoop Band, you can set different wake-up reminders, gentle when you're in your lighter sleep, things of that nature. And also, I do feel that this is much easier to sleep in than an Apple Watch. It's just simply too bulky for me personally. One big difference from the 4.0 now to the 5 and the MG, and really just the app itself, because the 4.0 band can do this also, they both do finally track steps. Originally, Whoop was not a fan of tracking steps, didn't think that was a big measurement metric. Now it's here. It was in beta for the last 6 months or so. It is now out of beta and a feature built right into the app itself as well. As far as accuracy goes also, the activity detection seems very well on the Whoop, so the auto activity is something that I really do like. It has been, it's funny, when there's things going on, this has definitely loaded easier and recognized workouts or some sort of higher strain than the Apple Watch does, but even to an extent, I have seen the Apple Watch correctly notate if you're on an outdoor walk and things of that nature. More intense activities does not seem to register just as well. Another thing, depending on what your workout metrics are or what you're looking to do to track your fitness routine, keep in mind, even the new 5.0 and MG bands do not have GPS built in. It piggybacks off your phone, so you would always need to have your phone with you. If you are needing GPS, especially with an Ultra Watch, they have dual band GPS, and the basic non-cellular models still do have a single GPS chip, so you are able to track your workouts, do backtracks, as Apple calls it as well, if you need to find your way back, straight from the Apple Watch with nothing else, whereas you cannot do that with the Whoop Band. And then obviously, like we just touched on earlier, cost for both of these devices. The device itself for Whoop is about an $80 upgrade charge, as Whoop had it listed at time of recording. They did not really warrant and live up to their hype and promises for free hardware upgrades, which definitely does suck. It's not a good business practice. Hopefully they backtrack on that. And if they do at time of posting, please comment down below and let every other viewer know. Then you have the monthly subscriptions that we were just talking about. There are 3 plans, the One, the Peak, and the Life, and they range all the way from $200 to $360 annually. Don't get confused just because it's called a Life plan. It's not a one and done. You will still pay annually for that subscription. Whereas where you might pay a higher one-time fee for the Apple Watch, just depending on what series or version you get, that is one thing to keep in mind. Once you pay for it, you're done, it's yours. You can sell this also afterwards, probably recoup some of those costs and pass it on when you upgrade your device. Since this is more of an annual update, if you like to keep the latest tech, Whoop does not unveil and release new hardware every single year. And another call out I don't see a lot of people talking about is with both of these, they are HSA eligible. So if you have an HSA plan, use those funds and save on both of these devices. It definitely will help. And I have seen a lot, United Healthcare specifically, depending on what coverage you have, they do offer free Apple Watches if you are eligible and on an eligible plan. Lets you pick your style, design, with very limited or zero out-of-pocket expenses there as well. So long story short, if you want an all-in-one best features, obviously the Apple Watch is going to be the way to go. You can interact with it directly. It does still track everything you might need, but it doesn't give you that actionable data set. Whoop has more of those actionable features, and I think updates that a lot of people would prefer, especially if you do a lot of weightlifting and other activities. This might be the way to go. More discreet, you're less distracted than using an Apple Watch for obvious reasons since there's no display on it. And the form factor, while again the same, this is much more comfortable to wear day in and day out. But let us know what you think in the comments down below. Which one are you going to go with? I, again, personally ultimately feel like they're best together, but I know it's not ideal to wear two things on your wrist at all times. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.